get our chat set up. Messages ago. Give people a few minutes to get in here. We're going to listen to some fantasy football shit. We're going to look into some football stuff. Just kind of chill, shoot the shit. Crazy day today. Another mass shooting I heard. Terrible. Supposedly, the kid Rampage's son beat up. The guy is awake but not doing well. Major injuries. Not good. I feel bad for Rampage, but I don't like how they're pulling the victim card. The race card and shit. What up, H-Dog? How's it going, baby? How you doing tonight? Still going strong, I hope? Still going strong over here. I'm glad to hear it. How much weight have you lost so far, H-Dog? Nope, they're going to have to find something else to say very soon. Very soon. Very fucking soon. I'm glad your weight loss is going well. Trump's ice, ice, ice baby. Nice. Well done, H-Dog. Glad to hear you're doing well with the weight loss. I should clear 40 pounds tomorrow total. Today's day 65 for me since I started eating right and working out. Just got to keep going. Every day, every day, every day. Especially the diet. As long as you eat right, you'll be okay, man. No doubt about it. I think that the food that you eat is more important than the workout. I really do. So it looks like a lot of teams have filled out their rosters in the NFL. We got some college football on tomorrow night. I think we're going to check out Patriots. They could have a decent season, but I'm like still teeter-tottering with my Patriots. There's a lot of teams I'm going to be really surprised to see what happens with. I think the Patriots can win 8 games minimum. I mean, 6 games minimum. I think they should win at least 8. What do you guys think? If you're sports fans, let me know. We're going to listen to some stories from around the league. We can shoot the shit. Talk about anything you guys wish. Really just coming on here to hang out for a bit tonight. Say what's up. I'm still kind of stuck at home taking care of my mother, so I can't really go out. So what better way to spend the night than hanging out with some people online for a bit? Shoot the shit, smoke a bowl, maybe have a cocktail. All right, H-Dog, have a good dinner.
No, it was definitely Sports Illustrated for kids when I was like, I definitely like had
remember
that
that
one,
shit.
and then like as I got older, like I would, you know, sort of. I never did music magazines. I always did sports stuff. So it was either SI for kids or just regular SI.
You used to get Area Auto because that was in the back. They would put the go-kart. At my go-kart track, they would put like the top 3 in each series, and I was in there a few times.
No way.
Yeah. Got a couple top series somewhere or no? I have pictures. Of the
They didn't have video cameras back then. They just had still shots.
I know we had
as a child.
There's some video, but more pictures than video. But yeah, that was a good time.
That's going to do it for our TV cut of Fantasy Focus. But for more predictions, for
$500 in 5 minutes or less. No interest, credit check, or late fee.
I guess Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged. Good for him. She got to be worth so much more than him. Fuck it. Don't sign a prenup, Travis. If shit goes south, you'll be getting money the rest of your life. I doubt shit will go south. But you never know. Fucking marrying Taylor Swift. Doing big things.
Literally is married.
I want to hear what Coach JB has to say about this shit.
Do you know that this motherfucker literally is marrying Milk and Magnesia and could have had
A badass black chick.
this? He could have had this? What? Kelsey, you fucked
His ex
up
is bad.
on me. Listen, I get it. The bag's big.
Kelsey's ex-girl is fine, dude. She got a big fat ass. Sexy. I think she's black or Spanish. She's pretty fucking bad, dude. Taylor Swift isn't ugly. I've seen her in person. She looks better in person. But the girl Travis Kelce isn't marrying, I would much rather do adult things with than Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce may have fucked this one up. Financially, most definitely not.
Bigger, the money's bigger, but you sold out. You sold out, Kelsey. You sold out, homie. Stop playing. You know the real. You got enough money to live comfortably, homie. You didn't need billions of dollars. I know Taylor Swift got billions of dollars. You could have just kept millions. But was you scared? Was you scared to be Tyreek Hill? Was she going to take all your cheese? Is that what you saw? Maybe. I don't want to get over my fucking toes here. Maybe she was a gold digger. I don't know. But there's no way you can have fun bouncing off rock every day. No way. Because you know she got no ass at all, homie. No ass at all.
Taylor
Milk and
Swift has
Magnesia.
no ass.
But each his own. Kudos to you. Welcome in. It's
Got a
Work
lot
Week
of
Wednesday.
fucking
We
money,
got a
though.
loaded lineup today. You ain't going to want to miss this one. The Queendom has fallen. It's the beginning of the end for the Chiefs. With this latest news, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are tying the knot. This has to be either
Kelce
A, money
Swift.
grab for Travis,
Oh, no.
or B, some sort of sick Illuminati joke between the leagues. No way.
They have fucking Travis Kelce in a jersey that says Kelsey Swift. Like he's gonna put her last name on his fucking jersey. Oh my goodness. People are gonna be on that ass.
Travis lost. Well, we just showed you for Milk and Magnesia, right? Now, the Chiefs Queendom fans out there, you do have hope. You did get Josh Simmons, the absolute steal of the draft, in my opinion. But what do I know? It will make that O-line better for KC, for Mahomes' backside. But Travis is a shell of himself, and this team does not have enough weapons, in my opinion, to make a deep run.
Love your energy today. I mean, I don't
My energy?
Love your energy today. That's fucking hilarious. I think Mahomes is gonna go on a comeback tour. I think the Chiefs are gonna be good this year. I hate to say it. I think the Chiefs are gonna belt to ass a lot of teams this year. I do. I think they're pissed off that the Eagles beat the piss out of them. I really do. I don't know about Travis Kelce, how he feels. you know, I don't think Travis Kelce has much more left to go or to play. He's going to get married and shit now. He's about to call it a fucking day. He's made plenty of money. His wife-to-be is fucking rich as they come. They'll probably make more money doing shit together. Just chilling out than playing football. I think this is Kelsey's last year. Especially if he's getting married to Taylor Swift. That shit's coming to an end. I'd be willing to bet this is Kelsey's last year. But it's official. Taylor Swift's gonna marry Travis Kelce. He said, I do. Who do you think proposed, him or her? I could see either way. I wouldn't doubt she's one of those broads that would be like, Travis, please marry me. Cardi B was in court today, too. For assaulting a security guard. That's all there is for gossip right now, I think. Awful what happened in Minnesota. Fucking world gets crazier day after day. Definitely looking to football this weekend. Really looking forward to that fight coming up, too. I know a lot of people aren't psyched about it. I am. Canelo versus Crawford is coming up very quickly. And I will be rooting for Crawford. If Crawford is an underdog, I might put some money on him. I don't see any way Crawford isn't the underdog in that fight. But it's coming up quick. Coming up quick. Believe it, since the beginning of September. I've been watching the series of Crawford train. September 13th, 2025. 2 weeks to go. I think it's going to be a very good fight. And I'm rooting, my ass is rooting for Crawford. Bud Crawford, I like. Really looking forward to it. Crawford, if he doesn't catch a big shot, I could see him winning. But he's going to have to fight his ass off. He's going to be got the judges against him probably. Canelo's no fucking pushover. I know he hasn't looked good since really Berlanga. But he's one of the best out there still. And this is a real fight at least. It's not Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis, that shit. I don't know if Crawford can hurt Canelo, but he's hurt people in the past. Fuck, he beat the shit out of Errol Spence. I know it was Errol Spence after the accident, but Errol Spence is still a bad motherfucker. I don't think he's the same fighter he was before that accident. But Crawford still beat a very good fighter in Spence and beat him bad. Spence had never been beaten up really before his car accident. He had that one fight he got beat up a little bit after the car accident. I think it was against the Cuban dude. He beat him up and finally knocked him down. First time he was ever knocked down in his career, I believe. They said Canelo's been training with Jaron Ennis, though. And Jaron Ennis is very good as well. A lot of people afraid to fight him. That he's having trouble getting fights. He wants to fight Crawford, too. A lot of people wanted to see that fight. I wonder if Crawford's got the power. Crawford looks in very good shape, the footage I've seen. I haven't seen much of Canelo, though. I haven't seen much of Canelo. I think he's kind of keeping things quiet. But supposedly Jaron Ennis rocked Canelo, I was reading. So, if he rocked him, he's a little bit taller, I think, than Bud, but he is not as heavy right now. Bud might be able to do it. But I've seen footage of Crawford training. I just haven't seen any of Canelo. There's also rumors Crawford got dropped. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm going to look into it.
Next.
Right this second, at some movie theater somewhere.
Which one?
Popcorn and someone really wants.
Well, I'm really excited for that fight. Super excited for football. Just chilling out tonight, saying hello. Hopping on here, shooting the shit. Someone hit me up with an email saying they want to talk about weight loss. They might come to the live tonight. So I'll give them a few minutes to come in. But just hanging out. Seeing what's new. Seeing if any of my subscribers want to come say hello tonight. Sometimes people come and just hang. Kelly Pavlik tells Terrence Crawford how to beat Canelo. Stay on his ass. Yeah. No shit. No shit, Sherlock. I'm surprised Bud doesn't have Ennis in camp helping him. Let's see what Crawford's former opponents say why he'll beat Canelo.
Friends or is Crawford by far.
Here's Amir Khan speaking on it.
This is to fight Canelo in your fight in Las Vegas. What do you think about Terrence wanting to fight Canelo? Is that a good idea for him?
You know what? I love both fighters, man. And even though I fought them, but you know when you fight them and we did all the build-up, they're nothing but respectful.
Yeah.
I just feel that, you know, in boxing, weight divisions are made there they make them for a purpose, and I highly respect and say pound for pound the best fighter is Crawford by far and beats anyone. But when you start putting weight on and you go up a weight and you fight these guys like Canelo, even though Canelo might be now getting a little bit older and it might be slowing down a little bit, but he's still going to be very dangerous. That punch power, you're still going to get tagged, you're still going to get hit. You're going to have to spar heavier guys to get ready for that anyway. So you're going to be taking a lot of wear and tear anyway. You're going to have to adding a few pounds on. Does he need to put that pressure on himself? He's done what no one's ever done before. 2-time undisputed world champion.
So why not just enjoy it? But obviously you want to go for that next challenge. Now for him, he wants to go for that Canelo. I would advise him not to go for that.
Yeah.
But if he's the man and he knows how good he is himself. So I can't really say to him that do this or do that. So really,
He believes in his skills. He feels
he
his,
believes in his skill. We can't answer for him.
Yeah.
We let him go and do it. You know what I'm saying? And we all might be wrong.
Yeah.
He might be even stronger than Canelo. He might pack the weight on well. That he might do really well in there. So
You never know.
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Obviously, it's way.
Canelo's strong and is easily hit. Very easily hit. Very easily. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean.
Yeah.
So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard. Because and you can see the strength. You know, when I was fighting against Crawford, I didn't think Crawford was that strong, but when he kind of moved me around a little bit, he's very strong as well. So look, yeah, but why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go up and fight Canelo?
Because Canelo's Canelo. Because Canelo's the guy that everyone spends money to watch. But I think Crawford's got a real shot. Especially if Canelo doesn't come forward and try to hurt Crawford. Because they're both counter punches. So both guys could get caught. This fight is super intriguing for me. Crawford's very good. I don't think people are giving him enough credit. What's new, Ura? What you been up to, man? I was going to hit you up, but I figured you were beat up from hockey. And I didn't know if you had it today, so I didn't want to bother you. That's what's up. Good for you. That's awesome. The water getting colder? It's all good, man. Appreciate it. I just come on here to chill. Because I can't fucking do much right now. Wow. I'm surprised it's still getting warmer. Yeah, it's been chillier. I think we're going to have a fucked up winter. I got a feeling. I think it's going to get cold quick this year. I think it's going to be like, here's fall. When I've been walking, I seen all kinds of acorns today. I see fucking at least a half a dozen or a dozen caterpillars and shit. I'm like, yeah, it's getting fucking, it's too early for this shit. Not a good sign. I remember hearing that back in the day from old fishermen. If you get a lot of acorns or you get acorns early and caterpillars early, usually a fucked up winter. We haven't had a real snowy winter in so fucking long. We're definitely due for one. Definitely due for a fucked up winter. You talk to Phil? Are you going to that Bruins game? I gotta look into when the Bruins stop. What up, D? What's good? Hanging in there, man. Doing well. Getting ready for football, basketball, end of baseball. hockey, basketball, football, World Series. We got some college football tomorrow we might hang out and watch. Well, I'm doing all right. Trying to lose this weight. I wish it was going faster, but it is what it is. I'm doing as much as I can for the time I have. For sure. Commanders look good, man. Commanders, I think, are going to have a very good team. I don't know how they'll be defensively. I think they'll be just fine. But offensively, if they are healthy, they could be really scary. I think Jaden Daniels is just going to keep doing what he did, or damn close to it. The Eagles might be tough. NFC North, those teams could be tough, but they're right up there with the Eagles for sure. That's dope. Patriots signed Tommy DeVito today. So Tommy Cutlets is coming to play at Foxborough as the backup quarterback. Not a bad backup to have, honestly. I think he's better than Dobbs, the guy we have. I'm a little worried about the Patriots. I was looking at their roster today. If the Patriots have injuries and guys don't step up, especially on defense, could be a long fucking year. Could be a long year. I'm not as confident in the Patriots as I was during the preseason looking at their roster. Oh man, I don't think they would ever do that, Justin, but because we got May and it would probably bring too many cameras. Unless they gave him up for nothing, maybe they would. But I don't think New England wants that kind of attention. I don't think a lot of teams do. I have a weird feeling Shador ends up in like Dallas somehow. I was thinking about it today. I'm like, I could see him in New Orleans. I could see him in Dallas maybe if Dak struggles or goes down. I'm trying to think of like real teams that might potentially grab him if someone got hurt or something happened. And then I think about it and I'm like, maybe the Browns really don't want to get rid of him. They're just letting some time pass and see what happens. Because they traded Pickett. But Pickett was the most ready as far as anyone on that staff that wasn't the starter to be a legit backup. I know the other son got cut. Shiloh. I don't think he resigned anywhere either. I'm not sure. I heard a rumor, but then I looked it up and it wasn't true, so I'll try and take a look at the waiver wire real quick. But the Patriots, their schedule helps them. But I am a little bit worried about the Pats as far as depth. I'm a little worried about their depth. A little bit worried about the depth. I remember 7 or 8 years ago, my work sent me to Dallas. I went down there with the Cooley jersey for a Dallas versus DC game. I'm surprised they didn't beat me down. Cowboys fans aren't the worst from what I hear. I'm not fucking huge on them, but I've never been to a game. But I've never heard of like Dallas fans treating people like shit. So I respect that. You go to New England, they act like fucking assholes. Bad. Something about football games, people get more fucking crazy. I noticed it. Plus, the Patriots fans were so used to winning that they have this fucking thing in their head they're not supposed to lose ever. A lot of them. I heard Philly's rough. I heard the Raiders are rough. I know the Dodgers are rough. Fenway used to be rough. I don't think it's as bad anymore. I've seen Yankee Stadium get stupid. I've never really seen too much stupid shit at the Boston Garden. A little bit, but not too bad. I know everyone says they hear worse, but I have never heard it. I've never really seen much at the Boston Garden. The new one. TD Garden, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Bruins games might get a little more fiery. I haven't been to a Bruins game in forever. Those tickets are so expensive. They're more than fucking Celtics games. And they're not even good. Could be another long year for the Bruins, too. I'm committing to watching more hockey this year, though. We're going to do a hockey game at least once a week. That's what it's supposed to be about, right? You can bust balls in the right way. You know, most people aren't that big of idiots. They don't take everything so serious. People know it. You know what I mean. If you have any type of brain, you know what people fuck with each other and just messing around. Well, I'm a little bit worried about the Pats roster when I looked at it. I'm like, ugh. An injury here, an injury there. My goodness, this team could go sideways quick. And it's kind of effed up, too, because we have plenty of fucking cap room. We're not spending the money yet. But they're like, I think between the coaching and what they think they look like so far, I think they're ahead of schedule because they play in a bad division. Other than the Bills, that division's not that great. But I could see things going either really well or really bad for New England. I still think they'll be better than next year. I mean, better than last year. Excuse me. But they got to start spending some of this money. And the thing that kind of sucks is if they do good, we draft higher. It's like, do we want to do that good? I would rather do good than not do good, but we're also trying to build a team. That sounds dope, Heavy D. There's this place down by my boy Ura's house. I think it's called Boone Street something. They got a huge screen in that shit. I wouldn't mind going and checking out a game there one day this fall. It's a little expensive, I think he said, some of the drinks and shit. But I think their food's cheap. But it's got a big monster screen like that. Something like that. I know it's like a whole wall. It looks like it goes up to the ceiling. I would love to go to the fucking Sphere and watch a game like that. They have other places that are like a bar and shit, but they put you on the flat screen right in the action, and it's fucking phenomenal. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt, Heavy. UFC's going to be going to Paramount. It's supposed to be a lot cheaper. But going to a place like that, absolutely, that's killer. Especially if it's not too outrageous and it's your night out. Like you said, pay-per-view's usually $80 minimum anyway. That's crazy. 80 fucking bucks. For fucking the UFC is long as hell, don't get me wrong, but how the fuck do you afford that if that's like one of your hobbies, how do you afford that every other week? Twice a month. I'm looking forward to that Canelo Crawford fight. I'm surprised more people aren't excited about it. I think that has the potential to be a very good, very interesting fight. I think people are counting Crawford out. I think a lot of people are counting Crawford out. Crawford's not a slouch. We were just talking about it. I don't know if you were in here, but that goes down September 13th. 2 weeks. Right? 2.5 weeks, them guys face each other. Crawford's nasty, man. His mom's mean and nasty. I remember watching a documentary on him on ESPN. His mother is tough, dude. She raised that dude tough. You can tell. You can tell his mom is fucking borderline child abuse. Like, nowadays it would be child abuse. But they love each other, man. And she fucking didn't play. She used to make him walk through the neighborhood, and she'd pay kids money if they could beat him. Fist fighting. And he never fucking lost, they said. Imagine your mom walking you through your fucking hood neighborhood, telling all the kids that they beat your ass, she'll give them $10. They throw your ass in jail for that shit nowadays. But I think that Crawford is being majorly slept on. Yeah, they're going to Paramount. If you look it up, you'll be able to find a lot of stuff on it. They signed a huge deal like a week or two ago. I think it's like $12 a month for it or something. They're saying $12.99, I think, and you'll get all the UFC shit too. At least in the US. What up, VA? Salute. What's up, motherfucker? Fucking Travis Kelce marrying Taylor Swift. Can't really blame him. His ex-girl was bad, though, dude. She was like black or Spanish. She got a big fat ass. She's hot. She's hotter than Taylor. She ain't nearly as rich, though. But his ex-girl is bad. I was like, wow, he dumped her for her. But Taylor Swift's not too fucking bad either. What's up, Pam? How are you? People were already making memes of Travis Kelce in a fucking, the back of his jersey said Kelce Swift or some shit like that. they're gonna fuck with him even worse. His ex-girl had some junk in her trunk. Taylor Swift's ass has got nothing. She got a fucking flat white girl ass. But if you look up Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend and look at her next to Taylor Swift, you'd be like, I don't know why he gave that up. If you're just thinking with your wrong head. He's not thinking with the wrong head. He's thinking with his wallet. I want to hear what Mad Dog has to say about it. This could be funny potentially. Sounds excellent, Pam. I hope you are well. You keep your head up. We're always around. I come on every night for a little bit
Gatorade
usually.
has the #1 proven electrolyte blend designed.
Taylor Swift got that fucking Caitlin Clark white girl ass. Let's see what Mad Dog has to say about
Yes,
this.
to play golf with Jimmy Connors, the all-time great tennis player. I put on NFL Sirius. And I was driving up to Santa Barbara yesterday to play golf with Jimmy Connors, the all-time great tennis player. I put on NFL Sirius XM radio. And that is Stephen A's channel now, Sirius XM. And they did an NFL breaking news. What? What happened? Parsons got signed? No, it wasn't that. And then today, I got to sit back and listen to Stevie wax poetic on the Lady Di Charles relationship. Can we calm down on Travis Kelce and freaking Taylor Swift? It's football season. I don't want to see him bow down, marry me, Taylor. I could care less. Let's play football. I'm not interested. Now they got to watch 9 million camera shots in that week 1 game when they play in Sao Paulo and Roger Goodell in the freaking, oh my God, enough. It's football time. I want Kelce to drop 5,000 passes because I'm taking the Chiefs as an under at 11 and a half. I ain't rooting for him at all. This is not Lady Di, and this is not freaking Charles in 1980. I am so sick and tired of seeing it. Hey, have a happy life. Thousands of kids love each other forever, but keep it away from my TV.
Something about the way we're working.
That was a pretty good take by Mad Dog. I used to listen to him on AM radio up here in New England, all the way from New York City. He was fucking funny. Tonight, I got a little bit of Bacardi Superior and Diet Coke. I've been a good boy. My weight loss is going good. I'm having 1 or 2 tonight. And it's a mason jar. Everyone says it's a jelly jar because these young people on here that troll are morons. You drinking out of a jelly jar. We used to do that shit too. The ones with the cartoon characters on them. But yeah, I'm having an adult beverage tonight. Yeah, only thing I can really drink is like right now, and I can't obviously drink it a lot being on a diet. Is like Bacardi Superior, the clear one. I can drink like Captain and shit. But every shot has like 80 calories. There's no carbs, but every shot has 80 calories. So I probably have 2 or 3 shots. Right now, probably twice a week. Twice a week, I'd say. Doesn't seem to be hindering my weight loss too much. One thing I did notice, though, I think I'm going to make a video on it. It hasn't bothered me, but I haven't smoked as much. I smoke a little bit of weed and shit for my pain management and shit. Plus, I just like smoking weed sometime. if I smoke too much before I work out, my muscles are sore before I work out. Weird. It could be because I'm stoned. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people drink Mick Ultra. They say it's lighter. There's a lot of options. Just for what I like to drink, I would rather drink hot alcohol. Plus the other ones, I feel like add more water weight. But no, I mean, I've been doing fine with it. Fine with it. I just don't abuse it. I don't do it every single day. It's funny. I do fasting too. And I try to fast like as much as I can half of the week. And the days I fast, it's so weird. Like yesterday, I only had one meal. I waited like 20 hours to eat. It's been 24 hours since I've put anything in my body other than liquids with pretty much no calories. I'm trying to think. Pretty much no calories today. I've had under 100 calories today. And I'm over 24 hours since I've eaten. And I do that, like, I try to do it. It's hard. Yesterday I went like 20 hours. Today I've gone over 24 hours. But I swear it seems to help it. It seems to help the weight loss. And it honestly, after you do it the second or third day, you're not as hungry. It's not like hungry, but you get like fuzzy where you're like, all right, I probably need to eat some fucking food or put some carbs in my body and shit. Like I'm not lightheaded, but I'm not as sharp by like the third day of doing it. So then I go back to my normal weight loss diet. 2 meals a day or one big one. A couple tiny 100 calorie snacks. I was reading your comment. Yeah, it's to each his own, you know. To each his own. So Travis Kelce getting married. They're gonna be rich as fuck. They already are. Dallas versus Philly, 9-4. Almost time. Pamela, I hope they keep the cats around for the commercials. I watched the commercial again today before I went walking. I love that cat commercial. I didn't know they came out with it a couple years ago. I've never seen that before. That shit's hilarious. But I think the Chiefs are going to be good. I think that Pat Mahomes is going to be on a revenge tour after last year. Personally. "67% of people say the Pats will not win 8 games this season." Wow. 33% said yes. I thought that would be a lot higher. Like I said, looking at their schedule today, I looked at it. If New England stays healthy, they'll be fine. If they can add some pieces, who knows what happens with Micah Parsons. If they get Micah Parsons, they're winning 8 games if he's healthy. with Spillane and them guys and shit, and Gonzalez if he's healthy, and the dude they got from the Lions, Davis, I think is his name. And they got Williams from Philly on the line. Way to heavy. But I heard Micah Parsons could end up in they keep bringing up all these different teams. But I heard a new team today. And I was like, oh shit, that could change a lot. Because their defense is like their defense isn't horrible in Green Bay. And they get Micah Parsons, that'll help them big time. Whoever he goes to is being blessed. But there was a few people talking about it today. Adam Schefter, Pat McAfee. I want to see what the Pat McAfee show had to say about it. If whoever Micah Parsons goes to, if he goes anywhere, is definitely becoming a better defensive team.
Think about and hypothesize about a few years ago, but now Green Bay Packers take Matthew Golden in the first round, wide receiver. Place erupts.
Yeah.
All reports out of campus, he's the guy.
Yeah.
If they were to trade for Micah Parsons to Green Bay, Wisconsin, from Dallas, Texas, to that team, immediate game record for you guys.
Yes.
Small town, he'd be beloved. Now, Happy Valley went to Penn State, small town feel as well. So I'm not saying that he needs to be in a big city or anything like that, but that would be a wild life event for Micah Parsons to go from Dallas and the Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers. Two very storied tradition teams, obviously. A lot of history, a lot of greatness, but that would be an insane move to think about. I'm sure Packers fans even like saying, yeah, Packers are going to trade for a guy that's going to be the highest paid guy in the history of defensive football and give some things up that are very important to the future. That's not really a Packers thing, is it? Why does it feel like most Green Bay Packers fans think this is going to happen? We got people tracking fake planes.
Oh, yeah.
We got private planes being tracked. People don't know whose planes these are. But holy shit, there's a plane to Dallas, Green Bay? How many people flying Dallas, Green Bay?
No one.
Green Bay's flying out to Dallas? Who? It's August 27th.
And I guess this could be Big Mike, going back and forth, from his Dallas house to the bar.
Green Bay gets Micah Parsons. They're right in the mix. They're right back in it with Detroit. That division is like Detroit is above the Vikings and Green Bay. And then Green Bay and the Vikings are like pretty much the same. Michael Parsons goes to Green Bay and that secondary plays well, like they have at times. Watch out. And they're looking at flights that were leaving, private planes going to Dallas. There was one today.
Everywhere. This is what's happening on the internet. Like the thoughts of this happening feels real to people.
Yeah, I mean, would this be out of character and just absolutely crazy? Without a doubt. They've had a couple splash trades they've made in the past, but Mark Murphy's not there anymore. We got a new, team president, Ed Policy, so maybe he wants to make a little bit of a splash.
Oh, there's a new policy around
Exactly, and we're looking for stars, not just ones on the side of the helmet, but, he's legitimate. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, probably. If his career continues on the arc that it's been, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, it just screams Reggie White. The Packers trade for him. They couldn't really get they couldn't actually sack the quarterback. If you look at all the advanced statistics, it's like, hey, they're getting home a lot. They create a lot of pressures and things of that nature, but they don't really sack. They need a guy who can finish, and Micah can finish. So if it takes $45 million over the next 5 years, and it takes 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick, at this point, that takes me from, hey, I think the Packers will make it to the playoffs, and if they're playing their best, maybe they can.
5 years, $225 million.
Yep.
Or you got
2 first rounders.
Yep. Maybe even 3. Maybe even 3. Do whatever you got with the squad.
Pick 32. Who wants it?
Well, that's my other thing is unless if Jordan Love stays healthy, the Packers aren't going to be picking in like the top 10. So like those you shouldn't hold on to those picks thinking like, hey, we're going to be able to get a Micah Parsons at the top of the first round next year. You're not. Point. You just probably that's not going to happen. So if there's any chance that this can get done, like
is there?
See, normally I would say, like, this is bullshit, and why am I getting this excited for something like this? But it's been like this for 2 weeks now, and, like, it just kind of continues to pick up steam. And then, you know, like, Rap Sheet, when he's in here, he says, like, that would be a destination, yes, if Dallas were to trade him. Like, the Packers would be massive players in that. And then we hear, hey, they actually did they submitted an offer to the Cowboys. Now, Jerry wasn't ready to listen to it, but it's just, it hasn't stopped.
Wasn't ready to listen to it. I like that that's the way it was worded.
Yeah.
Not that he didn't, like Jerry didn't listen to it. He's like, well, he wasn't ready yet to listen to it. Now we're a little bit further down the road. Now, Jerry has said that any talks of trade are BS, I believe, on the Stephen A. Smith show, whenever he talked to him. So you got to take that with a grain of salt in the entire conversation. And then Shoddy, I believe, came out and said he had conversations with them and they weren't good. It's like, okay, what do all these things mean? We'll talk directly to some people with boots on the ground and see if we can get a little bit more realistic perspective on Micah Parsons getting traded from the Dallas Cowboys to the Green Bay Packers and getting paid $45 million a year in doing so. That would be insane.
Let's get nutty.
It could happen. Brian Schottenheimer said he talked with Micah Parsons for about an hour about multiple different topics. He said he was going to keep the details to himself, but it was a, quote, good conversation. I think Micah wants out of Dallas. I think he's sick of Jerry Jones dicking him around. He's produced. He's been one solid fucking person for that team. Jerry does this with every fucking buddy. And I think Micah's had it. He saw CD get paid. He saw fucking Dak get paid before that. Did the same to both of them. And why would you want to go into the season with your team all fucking feeling fucked up? If this is your team, pay them and let them know that they're your team. You guys are my guys. This is our squad. Here's your money. Fucking do it. Don't dick them around the whole fucking time. It's only hurting your team. I can't stand Jerry Jones. I think Jerry Jones is fucking Satan, probably. I'm telling you, Jerry Jones is probably not a fucking great guy to deal with. As far as business. He's probably a tyrant. That's how he got to where he is.
$1 million a year in doing so, that would be insane.
Let's get nutty. Let's get wild. Why not?
That Matthew Golden pop.
Yeah.
At the draft.
Multiply that by 100 if they trade for Micah Parsons.
An entire city might just go
implode.
Oh, that place will go crazy.
We might not even be able to play football next year.
How is that?
If the Packers get Micah Parsons, the Packers fans are going to be fucking lit. Green Bay will go crazy.
Conversation there? Is it a reality? Like, what are the thoughts on that becoming a thing for the people that actually know what's going on over there, like yourself?
Yeah, I think right now, to my knowledge, Jerry's not even listening to trade offers, so I'm not sure that an actual trade offer can be made unless he picks up the phone. So the Packers may have, an outline of what they would offer, but if Jerry Jones isn't listening to legitimate trade offers, then I'm not sure that one is technically on the table. It's semantics, but if he does entertain it, from what I've heard, the Packers will be interested and will be in the mix, which, look, it's information, but it's not a surprise. If you think back to 2018, and Ty knows this, the Packers aren't, normally in the mix on these big name trades, and you don't really always see them get in the mix around the trade deadline. But the Packers finished second place to the Bears for Khalil Mack in 2018, and they were barely outbid. Brian Gutekunst, a couple times in his career, that being, the biggest instance, has been willing to offer a first-round pick for a veteran player. In some instances, it just hasn't panned out, and other teams have outbid them. So this is kind of an eerily similar situation where it's right before the season, as the Khalil Mack trade was. It's for a edge rusher in the prime of his career, and it would really take the Packers to the next level. What would
Yeah.
it take if this were to become a reality? It would be multiple first-round picks at least, and I think a player like a wide receiver. I'm not sure they would have to give up any edge rushers, but it might be a player like a Romeo Dobbs or a Dontavian Wicks, plus a couple first-round picks and maybe more draft capital later in the draft.
And
If you give away a couple first-round picks, obviously you're making the move so that you're very late in the first round. So is it actually an early second round, depending upon the draft class and how everybody's ranked? If you can win, I think every fan is like, let's make the play. And you talked about Gutekunst potentially being in on this before. Can they handle it? Can they handle a $45 million salary? How does that kind of look going forward? Because they've already paid Jordan, right? So is that beneficial or not beneficial for this type of thing?
This is why I want the Patriots to go after him so bad. They have so much money available. They have so much money available. What do you got to lose? He's a generational talent. 55 sacks in 4 seasons. Or 54 and a half. Something crazy. Something crazy. And he's missed a little bit of time, I believe, too. I don't think he's missed a ton, but I think he's missed some games, if I'm not mistaken. So the numbers are even crazier.
Yeah, they can fit it. I mean, their third highest cap number on the team this year was Jair Alexander, and they freed up a bunch of space by releasing him. The two highest are Jordan and Rashawn Gary, I think. So financially, it's the cop-out answer, but there's always a way to make it work, and they figure out how to make it work. I do think it's interesting. I'm not sure how much this affects things if negotiations do happen. David Mulugeta represents the most important player for the Packers on offense and on defense, and he obviously represents Micah Parsons too.
That's crazy. Mulugeta will get a deal. If there's a deal to get done, Mulugeta will get it done, and his client will win. On that note, Ty's question for you.
Yeah, Schnatz, I think everyone probably assumes that, LaFleur and Gutekunst will get re-upped here shortly just because the Packers have been pretty successful over their run and they've made the playoffs. But is there any thought with Ed Policy coming in and it not being Mark Murphy there anymore and kind of it being a little bit of a new regime? Is this in any way maybe like kind of a prove-it year for both LaFleur and Gutekunst if the Packers kind of, I don't want to say fall flat, but don't kind of do what a lot of people expect them to do?
Maybe.
Yeah, so we sat down with Ed Policy, just the local writers, a couple weeks ago, and he said he's not extending LaFleur and Gutekunst now. LaFleur and Gutekunst both have 2 years left on their contracts. This is Goody's 8th year, LaFleur's 7th. He said he also doesn't want them in contract years, so basically he would like to make a decision one way or the other after this season. My take coming out of that was, okay, he's leaning toward extending them. Sure, LaFleur and Goody are not Ed's guys, technically, but Ed has been here since 2012. He served on the hiring panel for Matt LaFleur. He negotiated the contracts for LaFleur and Gutekunst as the Packers' general counsel. But there is something to be said for wanting to make your mark and, viewing things differently than maybe Mark Murphy did. So I spoke to someone recently and was told that he's truly up in the air about the futures of Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst. So I might have been wrong in my initial read. Look, if the Packers don't make the playoffs this year, which I don't think happens, but it's a possibility, I could certainly see Matt LaFleur and Brian Gutekunst, and I don't think this is hyperbole, both getting fired after this year. Now, if they make the playoffs, say lose in the first round again, it could be something where Ed lets them go into a contract year because he needs to see more. If they go further in the playoffs, they'll probably get extended. So my takeaway from that is it's very much up in the air, and their jobs, again, I don't think this is dramatic to say, are very much in the balance when it comes to how the team.
Wow. So people in the front office and coaches potentially could be in trouble in Green Bay. Who knows? The Packers could be trying to drive the price up just to fuck the Bears over. Something, Who knows? I can imagine the dirty shit these guys do. All of them. Patriots included, obviously. But Micah Parsons in Green Bay, ooh. I think they're going to pay for getting rid of Zaire, what's his name? the cornerback they had. Their secondary was looking really good last year and the year before. I'm not sure getting rid of him was the answer, but it freed up some money. Coach JB and Sean King on lack of coverage of Cam Ward. I want to see what's up with Cam Ward a little bit and what people think. Sean King's a ex-quarterback of the Buccaneers. I don't know if he played anywhere else, but he won a ring with the Buccaneers. He wasn't the starter, but he played. And he was the starter for a little bit. I'm not sure that year they won it, but he started quite a few games while he was in Tampa Bay. Don't think he played in the Super Bowl. Maybe at the end. I'm pretty sure that was like Brad Johnson or Gerback or some fucking thing. It was someone that you never thought would win one. I want to see what him and Coach JB think about Cam Ward so far.
I do feel bad, JB, for one person. And if you are a young athlete out there that's aspiring to be great, Cam Ward, man, I'm such a big Cam Ward fan. I'm going to go get a Tennessee Titan Ward jersey. He has done everything right. All you hear from that organization is he's in the building at 5 a.m. He's working his butt off. He's a leader. He's doing everything. I am a big Cam Ward fan because for you quarterbacks out there, in order to become a worldwide household name at this one particular position in all of sports, all you've got to do is be really good. You ain't got to add nothing to it. You ain't got to take nothing away from it. And I'm so pulling for Cam Ward, man, because he deserves a lot more coverage than he's got. He's the #1 pick in the draft. A kid that started outside of Division I football. Worked his way up to be the #1 pick in the draft. And
nobody was on the podcast the other day too. They asked him about Shador and them having some type of rivalry or some back and forth. And I don't know if we got the clip ready or not, but he's basically saying like, I don't have no rivalry. Like,
yeah, they boys.
He said, that's my boy, and he's also said a lot of what the media says about him is not true. Check it out.
I don't have a rivalry with him. That's my boy. So at the end of the day, this whole process, we thought me and him were going to be 1 and 2 the whole time. Whether he's 1, I'm 2. Whether I'm 1, he's 2. And so that's just always been, our mindset. It didn't go that way. But I mean, just coming out of college, even to the draft, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks in the draft as well, even throughout college. He's been productive where he's been every time. And he's always been, just a great person to be around.
Shador shouldn't have went all the way in the 5th.
On him ain't really,
I don't care what no one says.
Just because they spin it different ways. Like
he's better than a 5th round draft pick.
But I mean, I've always thought he was a productive quarterback. A lot of people may have their own opinion.
They had him as a top 5 pick until they
when he gets his chance, to become a starter, I know he's gonna make the most of it.
Yeah. So that's
I want to bring this up, Smitty, real quick. Like, they always talk about us in Shador, talking about Shador and all that. Clicks and likes, right? I'm trying to figure out, they say you wouldn't even be talking about him if he was Deion's son. That's what they tell me on Instagram. But we wouldn't be talking about him at all because he probably wouldn't even have got drafted if he wasn't Deion's son. Let's just keep it real. He was never going to be a first rounder, Smitty. Sorry.
He would have got drafted high. He might have got drafted higher, actually.
You got to stop that take. You got to stop that take, homie. 32 NFL franchises didn't collude to keep the guy down.
I didn't say collude.
No, but that's what everyone says, though. That's what I'm saying. But I'll be honest, Deion's last name Sanders helped him get drafted that late. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Yeah, I think it was opposite. I'm not saying collusion. I just think, to Sean's point, Shador is different. Shador, his personality is different. I don't know if a lot of GMs and owners and teams will want to see that personality-wise from their quarterback.
Let me ask you
something. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Let me ask you.
I think that played a role. I think if he had the same exact stat line, same story, but he wasn't a Sanders, I think he might get drafted round 2. Honestly, I think I've been flipped.
Sean, let me ask you something. Would Shiloh even have been a unrestricted free agent in the draft if he hadn't had Sanders' last name? No. He's a CFL player at best. I like Shiloh, actually. I've talked to Shiloh personally. I think he's a great kid. He's not an NFL player. He's not an NFL player.
He didn't get drafted. He
wouldn't even have been off the board at all.
Nah, JB. I know fucking. It was a Ball State basketball player that I went to school with when I was at Ball State. Didn't play football since high school. His high school got fucking picked up for a fucking a tryout preseason. Like, come on, homie. They pick up all kinds of players. Don't do that.
Hey, Smitty, this is why when you get in the ocean, you got to know how to swim really good. Because, see, Jason will drown you. Because he'll pull you all the way over the cliff with him. For the record, I had a late first, early second round grade on Shedeur Sanders.
Only one. Only one.
And regarding Shiloh, Shiloh's biggest issue is he's playing in the wrong era. Shiloh's greatest attribute is his physicality.
You can play in the box.
He's the guy that will come down and knock your block off. But in today's game, that's an illegal contact, illegal hit. And now when you put him in space, he don't have great change in direction. He don't have great top end speed. So, it don't always look like it's supposed to look. But he would have been a good player in a previous.
He's what's your boy's name? Adams?
Jamal Adams.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's a more unathletic Jamal Adams.
Jones.
And they've moved Jamal Adams to the
linebacker down there, yeah.
Well, they
did. That's Shiloh's problem. Hey, shout out to Shiloh Sanders. I'll be honest, man. That kid seems like an awesome kid.
Shiloh should be a linebacker. He's not big enough, I don't think.
Away from all that. But my message to Shedeur is, you can't take the approach you took and ever play victim. Is this why nobody believes Drake now? As braggadocious as Drake been through his reign, once he got humbled by
Kendrick,
ain't nobody want to hear you play victim now, dog. That's the thing. So you young athletes, if you want to take this, I'm legendary, I am the shiznit approach. When it don't go right, boy, you can't play victim then.
So, Rich, but that's where I disagree. That's where me and you disagree at. Like, what is he doing to play victim? I just don't see that. That's the only part
we know you don't see it.
I'm talking about.
I'm throwing a shot. I'm not talking to you, Jason.
We know you don't see it.
To me, the victimization is after the Colorado State game, you going attacking the opposing team quarterback because of some post that he put. Like, that's the something I'm talking about, like walk into the end zone when you don't get put in the 2-minute drill. It's nothing major individually, but collectively. Listen to me, everybody that's out there.
And you're the quarterback.
One of my greatest attributes as a coach was understanding methodology of how players react to different things.
Got words, bro.
And I know what I'm looking at. I know what I'm looking at. I could tell when he came in that game against the Rams. I want you guys to do something. Look at his body language when he got to start, when everybody was hurt, and look at his body language when he came off the sideline second half of that Rams game. They're not even the same player. And at that particular position, until you can control your emotions, Smitty, it's going to be very difficult to play at a high level consistently.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, because it's too much that you can't control.
Yeah, and that's 100% fair. I just think it's also...
Quarterback's a different fucking position.
Just coming out starting, and then you got to come out in the third quarter. Like, your energy probably will be a little different. Like, it's probably hard to come out there like at the beginning of the game when you're coming in the middle of the game. I don't know. I hear you. I'm gonna just keep watching. He's not gonna be playing for a while, so we're not even gonna see him. I'm interested.
Let me say this, Smitty, because I disagree with you there. Mm-hmm. Here's where he really got to dig down and get right, because you don't know when the opportunity gonna present itself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get in your feelings. Like, if they only keeping 3 quarterbacks, guess what he gonna be doing? He gonna be running a scout team.
Yep.
Don't get in your feelings, Shedeur. Stay in there just like they announce you as a starter. Make sure you prepare it every week. Work on your fundamentals. Make sure you got a camaraderie with the receivers. And man, listen, because you don't know. Joe Flacco old as me.
Yeah, literally.
Yep.
And I don't think Dylan Gabriel has sustainability at that level. I think that frame, that skill set, if everything's not perfect, I don't think it's going to go well for an extended period of time. Shedeur, you could look up in week 2 and be in the game.
Yeah. I think that's why they're mad at Shedeur for pulling that shit too. like being a quarterback, being a goalie, being a lot of things. It's really everything once you get that to that level. You can't be fucking mentally fragile. But I wouldn't doubt you see Shedeur Sanders getting playing time early in this season. I want to hear what they have to say. Perillo reacting to the Patriots roster cut. Listen to this for a few. See if anyone comes in, wants to hang, shoot the shit. If not, I'll probably call it a night in the next 20 minutes.
From flight.
A lot of people don't think New England wins 8 games this year in our pool. Wow.
Come sunshine.
Oh, great. We got to listen to fucking Maz and Felger. Yuck.
Vrabel and the Kendrick Bourne stuff and the DeVito stuff. But here's what I wanted to do, because I still do believe they're going to be good. They're going to be respectable. They're going to get back to the middle of the pack. They're going to contend for the playoffs. I have them for 9 wins. I believe all this. And it's going to be largely on the back of Drake May and Mike Vrabel whipping the team into shape to play, to get wins against bad teams.
Yep.
And nowhere am I saying that they're talented or that the draft is the reason or the roster is the reason. These are not the reasons. The reasons are going to be respectable are you have a good quarterback, right? You have a coach that's going to be able to take advantage of bad teams and bad football and the nature of the league. They have an easy schedule, okay? However, that being said, there's a fourth thing on the list. They can't all suck. There's going to have to be guys on the team who are better than we think, perform better than we think. They are so overdue, Paul, for some diamonds in the rough, a mid-level free agent signing that turns into a real contributor, a low draft pick that really turns into a frontline guy. They are overdue for these kind of players to emerge. Who could they be? Okay, give me some candidates for who these guys could be.
I think DeMario Douglas.
Where did that come from? I'm asking the question. Listen, I haven't been good this year, so
that's a very un-Felger-like take.
Well, I agree.
Very.
Well, then take advantage of it.
Who's going to be a surprise?
I'm helping,
positive.
I'm helping you out.
I think he drank at lunch. I do think that they did
maybe a couple on the back nine.
Go
ahead.
We talked a little bit last week too about the additions they made of the frontline guys that we've talked about. I think are upgrades. That's one of the reasons why I think they'll be better. But to fit the category you just described, Kayvon Chason, I think would be one of the guys that I would say, not a kind of an old school Belichick signing, former first round pick, hasn't really lived up to the billing. Give him a shot. That's the kind of guy you want to bring in and see if there's there was some talent that allowed him to be drafted where he was drafted. We haven't seen it at the NFL level.
Where was
I
it
think
again?
He's been pretty good.
Where overall was he drafted?
Middle of the first round.
Go ahead.
5 years ago.
Yep.
In Jacksonville, I want to say maybe 18, something like that. I don't know. But
still a
kid from
first-round
LSU
pick.
that I really liked, coming out of that draft. That might be why I'm a little bit high on him now. Maybe a little higher than other people.
20th overall. Go ahead.
20th. Okay, not bad. I was 2 off. But he was a constant presence, I thought, off the edge all summer in the practices. Didn't see a lot of him in games, but you don't really see a lot in the preseason games anyway. So he's one guy I would say fits into that category. One of the spots I was really worried about beyond the starters, with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis, I think a really solid tandem of corners, but they both have, Davis has had injury issues and Gonzalez is currently dealing with an injury. So
that's a huge worry of mine for the Patriots. Secondary. If Gonzalez and Davis have injury issues like they've had in the past, and that Gonzalez has already been out early in camp with a hammy, that could turn the Patriots from a 10-win team to a 6. I worry about the Patriots secondary right now, the health of it and the depth.
I was a little worried behind them, but I think Alex Austin and DJ James have had really, really good. Austin, I think, has had an excellent summer.
Are these guys that play outside or in or combination?
Well, for Austin, they're trying to see if he can play inside as well. He's played outside for the most part, but both of those guys got a lot of reps on the outside, and I think they're trying to see if there's some versatility with Austin to get him on the field more. So those are 3 guys that I don't necessarily think have gotten a lot of headlines during the course of the summer that have been pleasant surprises for me.
Okay, not just pleasant surprises, but who could give me an offensive guy?
Well, I mean, Trevion Henderson's gotten a lot of attention. Does that count?
No.
I
got one
like
for
diamond in the rough.
Come on.
Diamond in the rough.
Who could emerge and be a guy that we're not saying?
Diamond in the rough offensively. I mean, aren't you like contractually obligated to say Ifton Chisholm the third?
Yeah, he's not the guy I'm talking about. Who are you talking about, Mass? Booty.
So I thought Booty looked like he was
Booty
poised
got
to have,
released.
A pretty solid year. And now the more practices have gone on since Matt Collins has been back out there, it looks like Matt Collins is going to take that X. I know you love
Matt
the
Collins
X.
is a good third receiver.
On my list.
Yeah,
one of those two.
Matt Collins will be.
He could help
productive.
the Patriots if he's healthy.
Just a professional receiver. He's not. I think he's one of those guys that's never been quite valuable enough to stay as that extra guy, and he's always been considered to be good in the locker room, and everybody speaks really highly of him, but he keeps changing teams. So those to me are radar guys. Why? Why does he keep? And everybody I've asked this question to says the same thing. Sometimes those guys are really productive, but they're like secondary guys, third, fourth receivers, and teams don't want to invest in that, and that's why they just keep changing teams.
Paul, is he fast?
He runs pretty well, and he's got pretty good athleticism. I mean, the size is there that you guys can see. I think he was a pretty valuable guy for Buffalo last year. I was really surprised the Bills didn't do more to try to keep him.
Me too.
I thought he was really good.
Matt Collins had some big catches.
I'm betting on one of those two, Mike.
For the Bills.
Booty got off to a good start. And look, now one of them was one of the Joe Milton. No, it was the Joe
Good
Milton
run
game.
blocker, too.
Okay, but at the end of the season, the last 3 weeks, I think he caught 16 balls over 3 games.
Yeah.
And that doesn't sound like a crap ton, but, he added
It's a
up
lot.
over the course of a season.
Yeah.
It's 90 catches. So
Booty's
pretty
not
close.
a bad pick. He's another guy who had a pretty good summer. And if you guys remember back around the draft, his name was thrown out by some of the national guys as being on the trade block.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden,
yes, totally.
The spring came about, and he was out there a lot. And when camp started, it was Booty, Diggs, Douglas. Every time they had 3 receivers. Now, Hollins was not
Booty's
practicing
fast.
at the time.
He can run.
But those 3 guys started every team drill that they did. So I don't
got a
know
lot
if
of raw
they
talent.
sort of didn't know about Booty before, and then he kind of won him over. But I think that's not a bad pick from Tony.
And I think there's
Booty can contribute.
And I think there's a little something there with May. And I'm not telling you it's like, going to be
Booty and May.
Yeah.
I thought
he's
there
good
was,
on the back shoulder stuff. He's good footwork on the sideline. I know everybody will remember that play as a rookie where he didn't get his foot in bounds, but he's done it countless times in training camp where he's made some difficult catches,
he can
good
do
body
some
control,
Odell type shit.
And a good hands catcher. You can tell a guy who can catch the ball with his hands as opposed to letting you get into him.
Was that week 1 against Philly? They didn't get his foot down?
Yeah, as a rookie, his first game.
Yeah.
I knew Keyshawn Booty made the roster for sure.
Takeaways on the roster in general.
Like everybody else, I'm sort of underwhelmed. I saw the wide receivers yesterday and was like,
me too. I feel looking at their roster, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. They play better than they look like on paper so far.
To do the next step for him will be everybody else. I'm sort of underwhelmed. I saw the wide receivers yesterday and was like you guys. I mean, I never once did I think they were going to stay with 8 receivers. To me, it was a question of 5 or 6, and if it was 6, then Chisholm stays, and he certainly earned it. He made all the plays, did all the things they asked him to do. The next step for him will be, can he do some of this stuff against starters and with starters, with Drake May? And he has to get healthy before he has a chance to do that. But, yeah, there's some holes certainly on the roster still. They need some depth, I think, on the line, probably on both lines. And I heard something today, and I forget where. I want to say it was like Pro Football Focus had some sort of ranking on the defense. They're really high on the Patriots defense. They had their linebackers like ranked 3rd. And I was like, beyond Robert Spillane, I just don't know a guy that you feel really good about.
Well, do you consider Landry a linebacker or a defensive end?
More of an edge guy. I don't really consider those guys.
Who's that linebacker Bedard was talking about? Jack something or other?
Jack Gibbons. Bedard thought he was going to get cut, and then he ended up staying. Which I don't think Greg. That wasn't a shot at Greg. I think that was a kind of a surprise, kind of a bubble. No, I thought he would make it, but kind of a bubble guy. You know, you could see it either way. I think he gives you a little depth there. I think Christian Ellis gives you a little I just don't know if they have another starter, if they want to have two actual off-the-ball linebackers out there. I think they wanted it to be Tavai, and he just hasn't been healthy, and he's going to at least start the season on IR.
Yeah, Tavai better get his attitude adjusted, too. I didn't like his attitude at the end of last year. Hoorah. How many wins did the Patriots get this year? Anyone else out there? How many wins do you think? Over 8, under 8? Right now, I think they're over under in Vegas is like 8. I was thinking about going over. You think over 8? I got to look at the odds again. The odds were pretty good. 6. I have them in between 6 and 10 wins. That's what I feel. If they don't play well and things don't go their way and there's injuries and shit, I give them a 6-win year. If they play to the top of their ability, I give them 10, 11 wins. I think they could have anywhere from 6 wins to 10, maybe 11. I would love to see him go after Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons would change my whole opinion. Because then you can do even more. Oh, they really should make a play on him. They really should make a fucking play on him. I saw the Bengals finally paid Trey Henderson too. See, like, teams are starting to pay guys. Rashid Rice suspended 6 games. Got himself in some trouble. Kyle Duggar made the team again. They thought they tried to trade him. No one bid on it. He's a pro. He's just not a fullback corner, really. He's more of a play up in the box. And I think they need a coverage guy more than they need a guy up in the box. A lot of their safeties are box guys. Come up, play downhill, support the run defense. I don't know, man. I know I'm psyched. Tomorrow night we got some college football. We're going to cover at least one of the games. I know there's a couple ranked teams playing, if I'm not mistaken. I know Boise State's playing. They're ranked. Illinois is playing. They're ranked. Boise State's playing Southern Florida. Tennessee's playing Syracuse. Illinois is playing Western Illinois. Oh, no. That's Friday. Tomorrow night, it looks like all we got is Boise State USF. I'll double check, though, because I thought Colorado might play tomorrow night. Could be wrong. If Colorado plays tomorrow night, we might check out Dion and the Buffaloes. See if I can find it. But we're going to watch some football tomorrow night, hang out. But I think Dion's playing someone halfway decent. Colorado. Nope, but there's a bunch of games tomorrow night. Bunch of games tomorrow night. Friday night, too. Colorado plays Georgia Tech Friday night. Colorado might get punched in the face. So we got some games the next couple days, at least college-wise. That's what's up. We got Texas, Ohio State, first game to start the year on Saturday. That's going to be that should be a banger. I can't believe I'm going to root for Ohio State. It's how much I can't stand Texas anymore. We got Clemson, LSU. I believe that's Saturday night. Yep. 9 versus 4. And then Sunday, number 6, Notre Dame versus number 10, Miami, 7:30 at night. South Carolina at home against Virginia Tech on Sunday, 3 o'clock. South Carolina is number 13 in the country. And then Monday, September 1st, we're definitely checking out TCU at North Carolina. See what happens to Belichick in his college coaching debut. That's another thing we're going to have a lot of shit to talk about this fall. From pros to college to multiple sports. A lot going on. Very interesting. I haven't watched any footage on UNC football with Belichick, really, other than interviews. I should try and look into them a bit. See who they got playing for him and shit. But yeah, my weight loss is going good. Waiting for football to start. My birthday's coming up. Hoorah, I'm going to hit you up. Maybe I'll call you in a few if you're not busy. I got a birthday coming up. Hopefully I get out soon. Weight loss is going good. Sports are coming. Thank you guys for hanging out for a little bit tonight. I'll catch y'all mañana.